and thanks for being with us for this bonus episode of Two Crime Newsies. Our last story about lottery winner Abraham Shakespeare went over so well with all of you that we wanted to bring you a little extra content. And in this episode, we're talking about the 2020 episode called Unlucky Numbers, in which ABC News chief correspondent Matt Gutman sits down and speaks to Dee Dee Moore, who is serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole in a Florida maximum security prison. And let me just tell you, the interview we get to see on the 2020 episode, Unlucky Numbers, was dumbfounding, to say the least. I truly was speechless at times. And as Tina will testify, it takes a lot for me to be speechless.
I mean, yeah, a whole lot.
I always have something to say.
Sure does.
From the minute Dee Dee Moore walks into the prison cafeteria where the interview takes place, she tells Matt Gutman she's not camera shy and she's been on the camera before, to which he responds, okay, and sounds super baffled.
Congratulations, Dee Dee. Clearly still unstable. Also, I can't believe Matt shook her hand. I suppose that shows how unprofessional I am, because I wouldn't have done it.
So Dee Dee then shows Matt Gutman fan mail, which she receives regularly in prison, she says.
Oh my gosh.
She also shares with him that she's had movie people reach out to her.
There are more deranged people than Dee Dee. She has fans.
She has a following.
Oh my gosh.
They probably won't like the way we're talking about her on our podcast.
Don't care. She says a big movie producer doing a screen production of her case. Did she type that herself?
Right. I wonder if she truly believes the things that come out of her mouth.
Delusional. And what was the other word?
Dumb. As far as her case, Dee Dee Moore says that the people are idiots if they think she killed Abraham.
Deranged. There you go.
She's deranged for sure. She tells Gutman that when the guilty verdict was read in court, she was murdered by the hands of justice. Holy smokes. What a line. I was murdered by the hands of justice. I am literally rolling my eyes at you, Dee Dee.
Murdered by the hands of justice, you say? Unfortunately not, Dee Dee. You're still here, unmurdered. She says she might as well be dead because living in prison is no type of living for her. Yeah, that's the way it's designed.
It's not sunshine and roses.
Nope. She's also trying real hard right now to squeeze out some tears, but it doesn't seem to be working.
She has a problem with that. She might need some eye drops.
Oh my gosh.
So Dee Dee claims she never hurt anyone and that she liked Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Tinkerbell. At this point, I'm like, what the actual F is happening here? Just because you like Disney, you're a sweet, innocent person. I don't think so, lady. It's pretty common knowledge that Jeffrey Dahmer was fascinated by Disney movies and characters. I mean, he used to watch Disney movies while he was butchering people in his Milwaukee apartment before eating them. Come on, lady.
Whoa. That is way more information than I wanted to know about that psychopath. But also, wow, super valid point there, Jen. I kind of wish Matt had told her that so we could see her reaction.
Maybe I should go to Florida and interview Dee Dee.
Don't do that.
Be like, Dee Dee, are you and Jeffrey Dahmer buddies because you like Disney and killed people?
I can't believe she said that.
Right?
She likes Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Tinkerbell, so clearly she couldn't have done this?
Uh-huh. I know. It's, like I said last episode, it's befuddling.
They definitely tested her sanity before they put her in court, right? Because,
You have some, yeah, I wonder too. At this point, Gutman asks Dee Dee Moore if she murdered Abraham Shakespeare, to which she starts laughing and says absolutely not.
Hold on, you laugh at weird times.
I do laugh at weird times. But I'm also not going around murdering people. I don't do that.
That we know of.
Don't put that out there. And Gutman asks, why in the world is she laughing about a man having been murdered and buried in her backyard? To which Dee Dee Moore responds, because she finds it entertaining that people are that ignorant, because she says there are so many things that prove her innocence. What are you talking about, Dee Dee? Delusional.
There's so many things that don't prove you're innocent.
I mean, she does like Tinkerbell and Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. So, obviously. And at this point, Gutman is getting pretty ticked off during the interview. You can truly see his frustration is starting to boil over. And I think he was having a really hard time trying to rein in his frustration with her. I know I would.
For sure. I love what he says back to her. He says, you ended up in his house with all the rest of his money. Then he ended up on your property, shot by your gun. You don't find any of that unusual or odd? Dee Dee says, absolutely not, considering the people he hung around. Then she pokes fun at the idea that she would plot a murder for 4 months. Gutman at this point looks truly flabbergasted and asks her if she understands how listening to her is bewildering. And then she says back to him that listening to him sounds like stupidity. This, Jen, is why you just can't argue with crazy.
I would have lost it if I was him at this point. Dee Dee Moore tells Gutman and ABC News that people were trying to frame her because she was an easy target for drug dealers. Excuse me, what? What? We hear that Dee Dee wouldn't share her witness list with ABC News. That's when the very, very bizarre interview ended. But Dee Dee Moore's story doesn't end there. I feel like throughout this, it has truly been a never-ending story with her.
Also, when Matt leaves and Dee Dee leaves, no handshake. Good job.
Good job, Gutman. Mm-hmm. Now, let's go to July of 2023 when Dee Dee Moore is back in court to try and appeal her conviction, and she's demanding a new trial. And during this court appearance, Dee Dee told the judge that she was framed by police investigators. So first it was drug dealers, now it's police investigators who were paid off by those drug dealers. Now, come on, woman. You've got to come up with a better story than that. Police investigators clearly denied accepting any kinds of bribes from drug dealers. And in turn, the judge denied the request for a new trial. Rightfully so, in my opinion. But again, that wasn't the last time Dee Dee Moore would be in the spotlight. She loves it.
Ugh.
We hear a phone conversation between Matt Gutman and Dee Dee Moore in which she tells him she's continued to work on her case and waiting for another go at the appeals process. And during the call, Dee Dee still takes no blame for Abraham's death. She says things like he passed away, and Gutman says no, he was murdered. He was shot at close range, to which Dee Dee just continues on about how she was framed.
Gutman tells her, you murdered him and take zero responsibility. He goes on to say that it's been 10 years since their initial interview with her, and she still shows no remorse or softness in her heart, to which she scoffs and says there is plenty of softness in her heart. This reminds me of that scene from the movie Saved. Have you watched that? No? It's a funny movie. At one point,
I think I probably saw it once in high school.
Okay, well, this is a funny clip. At one point, Mandy Moore gets angry and she throws a Bible at someone while she's shouting, I am filled with Christ's love. This reminds me of Dee Dee right now.
One of the women interviewed on the show says it best, in my opinion. Abraham did a lot of good with his money and helped a lot of people, and the favor wasn't returned to him. And what a story. Truly terrible to go from someone who spent his last $4 on lottery tickets for a tiny little chance to strike it rich, to winning $30 million, to then lose everything, including his life. It's heartbreaking.
Truly. I hate this story because I hate what happened to Abraham. He went from the luckiest man in the world to the unluckiest, all while trying to lend a helping hand. And we hear he helped so many people by providing money to keep them from foreclosure, paying utility bills for them and phone bills. And I don't think I'll ever forget this story. And I hope that if anyone listening ever wins the lottery, that you first, don't tell anybody. And second, be a little like Abraham. Try to use it for some good to help others the best you can.
You're so sweet.
Thank you. I try not to be so sappy.
You're so
it
sweet.
just happens.
It's so sweet.
Also, we got a little update from Centauria at the end of this episode. And remember, Centauria and Abraham share a son together. And Centauria says that she's doing well as a traveling nurse, and their son at this point is 16 years old.
If you enjoyed this little bonus episode, we'd love to hear from you. Maybe you'd even like to say thank you and make a small donation to our coffee fund, because we always love sitting here doing this with a cup of coffee. Because all these hours of taking notes, doing the podcast, editing and such takes a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
And our donation page is buymeacoffee.com/2crimenewsies. And we look forward to talking to you guys again in a few days with a new episode of Two Crime Newsies. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye.